cliche to think that when you think about someone, it can be a sign that they are thinking of you also. But is this just some strange kind of cliche or old saying? Or is there actually a deeper level spiritual truth to this saying? When you think about someone, especially when you find yourself dwelling on someone, thinking about a certain person over and over again without really knowing why, could there be a spiritual explanation to this question? Perhaps is there a chance that somehow this is a sign that person you are thinking so frequently about is also thinking of you in return? We are going to dive deep into some of the meanings, potential reasons why you could be thinking constantly about a certain person. But first, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. So if you're finding yourself constantly thinking about someone, understandably, this can be a very energetically chaotic and confusing experience. You may find yourself asking, what is it about this person that is causing them to feel so stuck in my energy field, in my thoughts, in my head? And I hope that through these potential spiritual explanations, you can find some type of clarity as to potentially why you could be thinking so often about this person. The first spiritual reason you might be constantly thinking about someone is because you share some kind of soul connection to this person. Now, technically, we are all connected to one another, and I'll get into this in one of the other explanations. But when it comes to our soul family, these are the people with whom we are most closely spiritually connected, meaning we are connected to these others on a soul level in a more profound way than we are to others, these in our life or in the world. The reason for this is these people these other souls share a similar core soul frequency to our own. The closer another soul is to matching our frequency, the closer they are drawn to us mentally, spiritually, in the physical world, because everything in our world operates under the law of attraction. Like attracts like. So when we are radiating a similar core soul frequency to another person, meaning they are part of this so-called soul tribe or soul family, we actually will find ourselves feeling pulled to them mentally, spiritually, emotionally, even prior to meeting them in the physical. Because of this, when we do meet, even if we are just passing as strangers, even if we don't say one word to one another, any encounter with someone who is part of our soul family or spirit tribe will feel deeply profound, because we will recognize in them that similarity to ourselves, meaning that similar core soul essence or soul frequency. Because of this, after this very small interaction with even a mere stranger who is part of our soul family, we will find ourselves thinking of them over and over, or from time to time throughout our lives, without potentially really knowing why. Keep in mind, these soul connections that I'm speaking about could be completely platonic. They could be our closest friends or complete strangers. They can also be highly romantic in nature, all depending on our personal soul intentions, meaning what our soul decided prior to incarnating here that we wanted to experience in connection with other souls, what we sometimes call soul contracts. On the romantic side of the equation, these encountered members of our soul family may be romantic soulmates, or perhaps this person could even be a twin flame. Now, not everyone has a twin flame, but for those of you who do have a twin flame incarnated here in this life, this means that there is someone incarnated here on Earth who shares your identical core soul frequency, meaning unlike with your soulmates, your soul family, and even your romantic soulmates who share a similar core frequency, your twin flame's frequency is identical. That is why these twin souls are often also called mirror souls. So if you're thinking of someone very frequently, you may want to explore potentially what this connection or soul contract could be with this person. Is there potential that this is a platonic soulmate, a romantic soulmate, or even a twin flame connection? The second reason you may be constantly thinking about a certain person is because, yes, as the cliche goes, there is a chance you are feeling this way because this person is constantly thinking about you. Now, before you click away from this video, let me explain, because this actually has a very logical, energetic explanation for it, for why when someone is thinking about you, you may be thinking about them as well. We are not just physical beings in this world. We also have an energy field. And our energy field, our aura, what we project outward invisibly into the universe, comes from the mind, particularly the subconscious mind, because our thoughts create a kind of vibration that exudes outward in the form of this energy. So, for example, if you within your mind, particularly within your subconscious mind, have a kind of belief such as, I am a confident person, and you truly believe that, meaning you truly have that thought or belief rooted deeply in your subconscious mind, in your subconscious belief system, and therefore you are now radiating a stable frequency of confidence stemming from that stable rooted thought in the subconscious. Now, that energy of confidence is exuding outward, capable of being picked up on by absolutely anyone you encounter in the physical world, or even people you are not physically interacting with. So, for example, if you develop that belief of, in this particular illustration, of confidence, anyone in collective consciousness, because again, we are all energetically connected to one another by some degree, anyone on this planet, any soul can pick up on your newfound confidence and can feel it, can sense it, can register it energetically at the subconscious level, usually without even really knowing why. Now, the amazing thing about this is we are able to begin molding, shaping what we plant, what we nurture, what we keep rooted, and what we uproot from our subconscious, which, as I illustrated earlier, whatever becomes rooted in our subconscious, any belief stored there, begins to develop this stable, energetic vibration that then exudes outward and is capable of being picked up on by absolutely anyone. This is also why I am so passionate about subliminal meditation, because subliminals are tools designed to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and pass directly into the subconscious, which, as I said earlier, the subconscious actually consists of 95% of our thoughts, and therefore is the dominant driver of what kind of energy we are going to exude outward to these others in our life, or really anyone else on the planet. So by shifting the thoughts in our subconscious, we can quite literally magnetize our energy field for anything we desire to create, attract, or manifest in our lives, including within our relationships to others. So as you can see on the screen, I have created a website of over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. This is my website, soundandsoulful.com. I'm just showing you how to navigate around the site. I literally have subliminals for any area of life imaginable, and each of these subliminals is available in different sound options. You can even combine them into your own custom-made playlist to completely reprogram your subconscious and magnetize your energy for anything you desire in life. The link to create a free trial account on my website is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can try out any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. So let's dive back into this sign number 2, or this meaning rather, number 2, to constantly thinking about someone. This idea, this actual truth behind the cliche that this could mean that this person is thinking about you in return. I already provided the framework of how this can work through the example of confidence. I said that if confidence is a belief, a strong belief in the subconscious mind, it will then begin to radiate a stable frequency and energy of confidence that others can pick up on. Well, let's translate this into thinking about another person. Let's say that someone is obsessively thinking about you consciously over time. Planting these thoughts over and over again into their conscious mind slowly allows them to trickle down into the subconscious. Now, as I said earlier, the subconscious controls 95% of our energy, but it usually is very difficult to influence because the conscious mind, our conscious thoughts, act as a gatekeeper to the subconscious, which again is why subliminal meditation is particularly so powerful, because it bypasses that conscious gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. But anyway, in this case, let's say this person is just consciously thinking about you over and over again. Eventually, you, the image of you, the idea of you, becomes planted in their subconscious so deeply that they are then consistently kind of radiating this frequency of thinking about you. Essentially, what they are doing is forming an energetic bond with you without realizing it. Another way to think about this is they are almost manifesting you into their life. They're thinking about you so much. They are forming this bond with you through the subconscious, through their energy. That then is becoming so powerful that you are then picking up on it, because again, just like in the case of confidence, whatever we are exuding energetically, stably over time, can be picked up on by absolutely anyone on the planet, by anyone else in the world. Now, when these are thoughts about ourselves specifically, we are even more in tune with this most of the time, because most of us are very self-focused, self-oriented, just naturally. We live through our own perspective. So this means that we are very privy to thoughts that other people are consistently and heavily thinking about us. Just think about all the times that you knew someone was going to call you before they called, or that they were going to text you before they texted. You just either thought of them and then received communication from them, or perhaps you even had a dream about them. Somehow your mind handed you the information that this person was thinking about you. The same is true of whoever you are thinking about right now. Even if this person is not a soul connection necessarily, a soulmate or a twin flame, they could have formed some kind of energetic bond with you, again, through these consistent, heavy, intense thoughts about you over time. Now, of course, the third reason that you could be thinking so much about a specific person is the common traditional explanation, simply because something about them has piqued your interest, and you are now generating a lot of conscious thoughts about them. And as these thoughts build momentum, then naturally it begins to snowball. You begin to think about them more and more until they become planted in your energy. You are essentially planting the thought of them in your own subconscious, in your own energy field. Now, of course, the question remains, how do we tell the difference between these three explanations of why you are constantly thinking about someone? Is this person, 1, some kind of soul connection? Is it that, 2, this person is thinking about me so frequently that I am just picking up on thoughts of them? Or 3, is it just the traditional societal kind of explanation that I am myself generating conscious thoughts about this person that are just picking up momentum until I think about them more and more? The answer to this question, or the best way to answer this question, is to really analyze how you began thinking about this person. In the case of a soul connection, usually something about this person will feel like it just pulls at you without really knowing why. You weren't necessarily trying to think about this person, making yourself think about them. It's just that something about them seemed to be so familiar to you, seemed to stick with you in some sense, that you couldn't really stop having these thoughts of them. Now, In the case of number 2, when someone is constantly thinking about you, the difference is that you very often will not feel this soul deep connection or pull to them. In fact, sometimes if someone is trying to manifest you or is thinking a lot about you, you may even feel like, I'm not even really that interested in knowing this person or getting to know this person, and yet they keep coming back into your mind over and over again, even though that pull, that sense of connection isn't really there for you. Now, in the case of number 3, if you are finding that you are kind of reaching for thoughts about this person, that you are the one kind of starting to look them up on social media or watch them online, you can kind of tell when you're beginning to generate these conscious thoughts about another person, as opposed to when you are simply receiving this energy from them. I know it can be kind of complex to tell the difference between these 3 potential reasons someone is thinking about you, but I do hope this video provided you with some kind of clarity. Now, if you're asking yourself, what next? What do I do if this person is thinking about me a lot? Well, the answer lies with you, how you, as the conscious creator of your life, want to move forward with this situation. Do you want to deepen the bond, increase the energetic bond with this person, or do you want to energetically protect yourself, clear this person out of your energy field, and so that you are not thinking about them so frequently? Now, I do have 2 different specific subliminals on my website, depending on which way you want to go with this. I have one to assist you in radiating your own positive thoughts about this person, which can then increase your connection. It's called the subliminal to make them think about you, which sounds kind of a little bit blunt, but really the purpose of this is to radiate so much positive thought and energy to another person that you will allow for a strengthening of this bond to them. Now, the second subliminal will assist you in doing the opposite. This is my 7 chakra clearing subliminal. Now, of course, energy clearing, chakra clearing can be used for many different purposes, and it all depends on the intention you put into it. So if you do want to clear this person out of your energy field, I recommend this chakra clearing subliminal. And what I really recommend is really turning your attention within yourself, allowing your mind to empty all of these thoughts and feelings that may be surfacing about this person, to tune back into the core of who you are, and to really imagine a kind of bright glow of energy around yourself, acting as a protection against any kinds of unwanted energy from others, such as potentially in this case, this other person. But again, it all depends on your own soul intentions and conscious intentions in this lifetime. So both of these subliminals, the subliminal to make them think about you and the subliminal for 7 chakra clearing, are linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can try out either one of them completely free by creating a free trial account on my website. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next podcast.